Oh, okay. It says I'm live. All right. How's it going, guys? Happy Friday. Let me turn my speaker down so I don't hear myself twice. All right. All right. Let's see who's in here tonight. We have Seth. How's it going, Seth? We have Mateo 1371. How's it going, man? And we have Mateo. Is that Mateo's younger brother or is he your older brother? Brastard 762. We knew it. What did you know? What did they tell you, man? I had to step away from the screen for a minute here. Don't forget the eyeliner. I don't like to use a lot of eyeliner. I'm just going with, just the anti-glare, just the normal, only the manly type of makeup for this show, guys. You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah, like I said, my hairdresser was standing right in between me and the camera, and you know how it is. Just before you go on air, they have to do the final makeup, the final hair. See what I mean? I mean, my hair looks good. I mean, I have the best hair. Everyone thinks I have the best hair. I mean, Mateo knows I have the best hair. This one guy that doesn't even like my hair. Look, this is a rough guy. He doesn't even like my hair, okay? But even he just admitted I have the best hair. So, just got my hair done for you guys. Hopefully you appreciate it. Let's see who else is here. Johnny Powell, how's it going, man? Don't forget the anti-shine. Absolutely not, man. Definitely. South says, isn't that what the AK guy uses? He uses the Chinese wood stain from the K98. Yeah? And you know what? Even though there's no K98 here, I do have a perfect match for you. So, I believe this would be pretty darn close to the K98 color, right? And it matches pretty good. What do you guys think? Pretty close? Yeah. I mean, I pay good money for my pre-production, studio effects here. So hopefully I'm getting my money's worth. Oh, let's see if anyone else is in here. If you guys are here, just say hi so I can say hi to you. The AK guy. I have no idea what kind of product he uses. Brandon Herrera, he's kind of, got it going on, and he uses lots of product. I'll tell you that. I wouldn't buy it. I don't think he's completely natural, if you guys know what I'm saying. How's it going, Ninja Scout? What's happening, man? Anyways, you guys can kind of see, the title there. Milsurps. I like Milsurps. Hopefully you guys do. I have quite a few of them here that are kind of accumulating around the shop. Different videos I want to do in the future and stuff I forgot to bring home from past videos. So if you guys have any requests, let me know. I'm not going to have anything you guys ask for because most of my guns aren't here, but I've got some USGI stuff. If you guys are into USGI, I've got some Combloc stuff, some pre-Combloc, like pre-World War stuff, before the Bolsheviks came through and started this grand experiment of control and slavery and starvation. And well, anyways, I have pre-Combloc, foreign stuff. I have some quite a few handguns, AKs, some SKSs, so Mausers, Mosens, FAL, more AKs, some ARs. So yeah, we can talk about whatever, but if you guys have any requests, if not, I'll just pick some random ones and we'll go through them and see what's going on. Coffee and tea. I have coffee and tea. If you guys are looking for tea, I've got it right here. If you guys want some coffee, I have some of this, Juan Valdez. Any of you guys like this? You just have to provide your own hot water. There's no microwave back here, but we've got coffee too. Coffee and tea, so all kinds of stuff. Even Cosmoline, Brastard. The AK guy uses Cosmoline. I usually do too, but here's the thing. AK guy's kind of a small channel compared to mine, and I'm kind of getting over the Cosmoline, and I'm just using, again, only the best hair products because they all like my hair. All of them do. Even people that don't even like me, they still like me. We all get along great. Trust me. Um, how's it going, Scott Chrysler? How you doing, man? Scott, I was just talking to you a minute ago, actually, in the comments right before I came on. Maybe there's somebody else in here if you want to ask about that little Roni chassis, the micro Roni. Don't have a lot of experience with it. All I can say is I've heard some really good things about it, and I've heard some not so good things. But it's the internet. I don't know for sure. I don't have that. But I will say, for your friend who doesn't have the hand strength or is disabled, having a hard time racking the pistol, look up the Handy Racker. And for any of you other guys out there that know someone that's having a hard time racking their pistol, it's like HANDI-RACKER. I know Amazon has it. It comes in like 2 main sizes. It's actually a neat little invention where you can just slip it over the side of the gun, push it down on a table, up against the wall, and somebody's going to be able to rack the handgun without having the strength, in their hands to actually, grab onto the slide. They'll be able to do the gross motor movement of simply, shoving the gun into something with this little, it's nothing fancy. It's just a little piece of polymer that kind of clips onto the slide. So, that might be something your friend wants to look at. So hopefully that helps. Tree Guy, how's it going, man? Just got the notification. You're not very late. I started 6 minutes and 25 seconds ago. So, and I noticed too, I like to open my stream up in another window just in case there's buffering. I can go look at it. I didn't even get a notification for my own stream until it basically already started. So I don't know why they do this at all, but they just do. Well, I don't know. They don't like us, but whatever. I have some conspiracy theories, but I don't want to ruin my Friday night and you guys' Friday night talking about YouTube conspiracy theories. That could be, that could be too fun, right? I should build an AK in 14.5 by 114 instead of 50 BMG. Hey, if anyone wants to help out with that project, we could do it. I don't know. I'm going to have Brastard do the prototyping for me and draw me up some prints. And then I'm going to need everyone in this chat plus like 100 more people to all sign up for Patreon and donate like $50 a month. And then we'll be able to afford to make that. But I'm just joking. But speaking of Patreon, I see a couple Patreon supporters in here right now. I really appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. I see Poor Conservative in here. Beretta Man. How's it going, guys? I appreciate you guys helping out the channel. I really do. Poor Conservative says LMFAO, just got it. Did you come in here before or after I discussed my makeup? So, yeah. Hey, I have SwitchPod make the barrel. Where is SwitchPod? I almost forgot about that guy, and then he showed up last week. If anyone's seen him, get him in here. Maybe he could, maybe he can make us a custom barrel. He probably could, if you guys can find him. Francis Smith, how's it going, man? Is YouTube paying me good now? About $2 a day for this month. So, look, I just do this for fun, so I guess that's kind of cool, right? But no, they're not paying me good. $2 a day. If I go out and, shoot a video like that HST, just me shooting the 12 rounds of HST that I did in that video the other day, that'd take me probably, about 3 days or so? No, probably 4 days. Yeah, 4 days of YouTube income to shoot 12 rounds of defensive ammo. But, hey, it's a little bit. So I don't know if I answered your question or not. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but no, they're not paying me very good. How's it going, Jet? Jet001's here. What's happening, man? Yeah, so Beretta Man just got the ring that the show was on too. Which kind of sucks. Here's the purpose of this. You guys that stream and stuff, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Look, I could just pop on here and just hit stream now, and it'll just come on instantly. But I'm trying to purposely every Friday come in there 20 to 30 minutes before I'm ready to go on, and I post my stream and I click what's called schedule later. Now, what that's supposed to do is give you guys all an alert and say upcoming stream, and it's going to tell you the time. But it appears that that's not actually doing anything. It might for a couple people. Like I think I saw Seth in here and Mateo in here, just beforehand today. But then this has been this way the last few weeks. It's like after I'm 15 minutes into the actual show. So keep in mind, I started at 35 minutes ago, right? And 15 minutes of me actually being on camera, people are like, hey, just got the notification. So I don't know. It's just, I guess it is what it is. It's kind of a little bit annoying because I actually do try to prepare a little bit, and I could have gone on a half hour ago if I would have wanted to. I just thought it'd be, nice to give everyone a little bit of notice, because most of you guys by now, I think, know I stream every Friday night, right? But you guys have all got your plans too. So I just think it's courteous of me to give you guys a little heads up. So I'll just conclude with this. I'm trying to be courteous. I'm trying to give you guys a heads up. I really am. YouTube's just not following through and actually telling you guys ahead of time, right? So it's a little bit annoying. But I could go over to a gun streamer where I don't even think I can stream. And I think I might have close to 30 subscribers over there. So, yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. Even though we all hate YouTube, it's still pretty much the only place to really hang out and do these things. And whatever. Any of you guys like Mausers? The K98? This one's pretty cool. So, as you guys probably already know, Germany occupied Czechoslovakia during World War II, right? And when they did, they took over factories that had been previously producing arms for not only the Czechoslovakia itself, but for a lot of their allies and just commercial customers, right? Well, when they came in, just like they did in a lot of countries, they took over the factories. And I'll show you guys this first, because these guns kind of tie together. Here's an old VZ24, for example. Now this, rather than being a Mauser 98, is more of a throwback. This is more actually similar to the Gewehr 98, okay? An improvement and a compaction of the Gewehr 98, and this actually predates the Mauser K98. Probably actually ended up inspiring the famous German K98 Mauser. So Czechoslovakia making guns at their factory in Brno, right? And I did a couple videos on this gun where I kind of got the gun in pieces, and then I kind of restored it back to its military, its proper military furniture, and kind of straightened everything back out to get it original again. If you guys are new to the channel, go back and look. I did a couple different, videos on this gun. So the famous Czech factory at Brno made Mausers. Germans came in, basically got rid of the Czechoslovakian people that weren't going to mind their manners or whatever, and the rest of them, they put them to work in the German factories and said, well, now you're not only going to, make your own rifles, you're going to stop doing that and make rifles for us. So all the way through World War II, through the reign of the Third Reich, they started switching it up from these VZ24s to the K98 Mauser. Finally, after World War II was over, getting into late 45, early 46, Czechoslovakia was basically giving their country back, right, in 1945. Well, by the time about 1946 rolled around, they were basically had a bunch of German parts, a lot of rifles that were actually completed or mostly completed, and now Czechoslovakia got to keep these guns as reparations, if you will. So basically kicks the Germans out of their country with the help of, obviously, the Allies, the Russians, etc. And what this gun is a very early post-war K98. So this gun would have started itself out as a late production German K98 Mauser. Okay. But this particular one, since it doesn't say Mod 98 on the side of it, this actually has almost a very similar marking to what was on that VZ24 I showed you. If this will focus here. And we can see this is made in the factory at Brno. So this is actually what they call a post-war Czech Mauser. And it is truly a K98 in one sense, meaning this was made in Brno for the German military, right? And this does have a Waffenamp that's still present underneath the rear sight leaf there. You can see the little eagle. This is a Waffenamp. Let me see if I can read that in the lighting here. I think it's a Waffenamp 143, it looks like. Sometimes you need magnifying glasses for these. but the barrel and the receiver have the little Czech proof marks on them. So this gun was put together in Czechoslovakia for Germany. Then after the war was over, what they did is they actually ground off any German proof marks. There's the little check mark you can see right there. And you'll actually see this on a lot of Czechoslovakian guns. You know, VZ61s will have this marking. Different pistols of theirs. This is a prominent proof mark that Czechoslovakia used for a long time. And then we can see right here on the barrel shank that this was obviously ground off. So basically, Czechoslovakia said, screw you, Germany. We kicked you out of the country. You lost the war. We're going to keep these guns. And they did. They armed themselves with these late Mausers, German Mausers. But, of course, they didn't want any, you know, paraphernalia from their former occupying enemies. So, yeah. This is a pretty cool gun, really. It has a later laminate stock on it, which, as you guys know, Germany had several stocks. They would go with hardwood stock, usually in like a walnut. And then they would also switch over to these laminates. So we can see this is clearly a laminate stock. Not too much different, really, than like the Romanian laminates that we're familiar with in the AK world, you know. This has the cupped butt plate. And another late feature, you know the classic takedown disc, right? That's usually a hole with a couple ferrules on each side to help aid in taking the firing pin, you know, for the firing pin to protrude into to take this bolt apart. They deleted this to save money late in the war, and they just simply put a little hole in the cupped portion of the butt plate to serve the same function, therefore reducing a couple metal parts and reducing some machining and fitting time. There's also different styles of barrel bands. We're going to see the H barrel band on the little bit older, you know, early World War II German stuff. This is the later style that was simply a stamping, just kind of crudely stitch welded across the bottom. Now, some of the very last ones didn't even have the bayonet lug. This one still does retain its bayonet lug. But overall, this was certainly a very end of the Third Reich's occupation production Mauser that ended up kind of being, I don't want to say repurposed, but basically just, I guess repurposed is the right word. Just basically any signs of German marks were ground off, and they restamped over it with their Czech proof marks, which is kind of cool because really, I mean, it's not cool that Germany took over their factories. That's not what I meant. I just meant, considering all the bad stuff that happened, it was kind of cool that they at least got to keep the rifles that were left over, right? And finish making them and all that. Because this was the military state arsenal for Czechoslovakia way before the war. And then after the war was over, it continued to be. So I always thought these were kind of interesting, kind of a transition gun. Oh, let's see here. Who else has popped in here? Cave Dave, how's it going, Dave? What's happening, man? I thought I saw someone else sneaking here. Matt Morrison, how's it going, man? Let's see here. Seth, yeah, man, some of the colors of wood on firearms is just beautiful. I totally agree. I mean, I like the modern polymer guns. I really do. But there's just something about old wood, you know, blued steel. You can even see here, you know, the straw bluing that's on the extractor of this particular gun. You get to see the different shades, like that burnt reddish, you know, brown color there on the extractor. That's pretty cool. You can see all the really nice grain that's still really beautiful. I don't know how good this is coming on you guys' end, but lots of shades of like a deep blood red, golden, amber, brown, all swirled throughout this stock. So, yeah, I agree. And with this being a later war gun, and obviously had quite a bit of use even after the fact, this is definitely not like, you know, the epitome of fit and finish for, you know, German World War II weaponry. This is actually after they started cutting some corners, and fit and finish actually probably had gone downhill at this point. But with that said, still a beautiful rifle in my opinion. Let's see here. Ninja Scout says, my ancestors go back to Czech Slovak on one side. That's cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of history there. And, geez, they surely have made a lot of great guns, haven't they? Any of you guys fans of Czech guns? I mean, just think of all the guns over the years, you know, from all their Mausers that they produced, all the way up in the little, you know, machine pistols, their submachine guns, their even a lot of their modern rifles. Of course, obviously their pistols, you know, the CZ series, CZ75s, 82s. I love the VZ61 Scorpion. Love the VZ58 rifle. Awesome rifle. I even like the VZ52 and the VZ5257. The VZ5257, I'd like to get one of those because it's chambered in 7.62 by 39, which is quite a bit cheaper than the 7.62 by 45. Probably the 45 is a better cartridge. That's not my beef. It's just can be a little hard to get the ammo, right? But those are awesome too. Those are the ones that kind of sort of look like an SKS, but they're definitely not an SKS at the same time. So, yeah, lots of cool stuff from this country. And again, notwithstanding, even though there were some bad leaders in government in power, Germans can't really take anything away from German weaponry. Some of my favorite Milsurps are German guns, you know, World War II era and prior. I was just noticing real quick on this gun too. There's a little bit of waffen amp going on the mag follower. I'm not even going to try to have the camera pick that up but yeah. Yeah, like Seth said, like the VZ58 is not an AK, but looks like an AK. Exactly. And it really doesn't have anything in common at all, except for the cartridge and the caliber, right? I think there's like one screw somewhere on it that's compatible. If somebody remembers, let me know. Poor Conservatives talking about starting lots of stuff, but for your winter project. Speaking of winter, this does have more of the winter trigger guard. You don't see these on a lot of Mausers. Okay, this has the stamped steel variety of magazine floor plate and trigger guard, which is substantially larger. It has this extra swoop in the front to fit a gloved hand. So, poor Conservative, if you need this for your winter projects for security, let me know, because this is all set up for one of those cold Western Michigan, you know, security duties where you're patrolling around the shop and you got to fit that thick winter glove. You're all good there. Let me go put this one away. And if you guys have any requests, let me know. I have another one. Somebody has said something about a 6.5. Here you go. The man you wish you were is here. How's it going, man? Loves the sound of a bolt action rifle chambering. So there you go. This barrel's pretty long, guys. There you go. Don't worry. I'm not aiming it right at you. Just over the camera. There you go. Jeremy Wilson's here. How's it going, Jeremy? All right. Let's see. Sorry, guys, I heard something outside the door. I thought I was going to have to put that Mauser into action a little quicker than I thought, but I think we're good. All right, so we have 6.5 and we have 6.5 here. What do you guys like more? Do you guys like this 6.5? Okay. Or this 6.5? Hold on. I got to move back like 10 feet to get it into camera. Almost there. Almost there. All right. This 6.5 or this 6.5? What do you guys think? I kind of like them both. So. All right, this 1.65 kind of has a mind of its own. If you don't watch it, it'll just run right off the table on you. Ron Shed, how's it going, man? Yeah, Ron Shed said, yeah, sure, Milsurp is cool, but that Makita distributor with its high cap battery is something else. Dude, Yeah, the 5 amp hour. Huge Makita fan. I just got done moving probably about 18 to 20 of these batteries into my truck, and the whole front seat is full of cordless Makita tools for a deck that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So, yeah, man, I think my arsenal of guns is kind of most important to me, but besides that, my arsenal of Makita stuff, definitely my favorite. So this is a 6.5. What do you guys think this is? Does anybody know? Some people call this 7.62 by 39 Junior, but there's actually a more proper name for it. Yep, 6.5 by 39 Grendel Ninja Scout. There you go, man. So yeah, I've got this little 6.5 Grendel rig here set up. I took the sights off of it and put them on my KS. So I want to get this out shooting it, but I got to put some sights back on it. You know what I mean? Because they say this 6.5 is an accurate round, but how accurate do you think it would be if I just kind of shoot down it like it's a shotgun? Like maybe I'll just take it and put a little bead on the front of it. What do you guys think? Is that an approved way to shoot the 6.5 with the old bead sight up front? But yeah, it's a neat little rig. Now I wouldn't really quite call this gun a Milsurp, right? But somebody said 5, so I had to digress a little bit. You know, I'm sure you guys hate the looks of this right now, but this has one of those Surefire Institute polymer lowers. Any of you guys remember when these were on sale for practically nothing a while back? Well, I bought one of their complete lowers. This lower was already finished, and I have to say, not that I'm really necessarily bragging about or endorsing polymer lowers, but the trigger that came on this is pretty freaking good. Like, this trigger is actually much, much better than a GI trigger. No grit at all. Very light pull. Really no creep to it. It's just a very, very crisp trigger break. So, I don't know. Any of you guys ever heard of these guys? This is the only lower I have of theirs, but I bought it. It was on sale at like Classic for super, super cheap a while back. Like, it might have been, I don't even remember, $60 or something for this whole lower that was completed. Like, had everything already in it, trigger installed, grip, everything. So I just tried it out just for the heck of it. But I probably won't even shoot this upper on this lower, to be honest, guys. But I just put it on here just to look at it for now, I guess. Somebody said something. Hold on. Somebody said something about the Wolf ammo for this 6.5 Grendel, and that is true. It's actually really cheap and pretty good ammo, actually. I have some right down here. Let me see here. Yeah, here's a partial case. The Wolf 6.5 Grendel. This originally had 500 rounds in it, but I've taken some out, obviously. I think this stuff's coming in right now. It's just over a little bit over maybe $5 a box. So, steel case, Burdam primed, non-corrosive, 100 grains, full metal jacket. And this specific round is pretty lightweight, and from what I understand, it actually has some pretty good characteristics as far as how the actual bullet itself is designed when it hits a target. So this is obviously a lacquer tape coated steel case. Pointy little bullet. And for those of you that are kind of new to this, or never really heard of the Grendel before, what this basically is I had alluded to 7.62 by 39 earlier. So here's 7.62 by 39. And then the 6.5 Grendel. So I don't know if you guys can tell. My camera's not the best at focusing, guys. I'm sorry. But these are basically start off with the same case, and the 7.62 by 39 case is the parent case for the 6.5 Grendel. So we basically have a neck down 7.62 by 39, and instead of having an approximately 7.62 wide bullet in it, we have a 6.5 millimeter wide bullet in it. It ends up being like, for example, this I believe is a Tula ammo. So in this particular 7.62 by 39 loading, we have 122 grains. Here we have 100 grains. But with still having the bigger case behind it, like most rounds that are more drastically bottlenecked, we're going to get some more speed out of this. We're also, by having a bullet that has a little better BC, and in English, basically, this bullet's going to act a little better in the air. Well, not a little better, a lot better in the air than the 7.62 by 39 bullet is. And then when they actually hit the target, okay, this is going to exhibit some characteristics that may be actually superior in certain instances than the 7.62 by 39. And as far as accuracy goes, almost all of the time, again, depending on a couple factors, you're going to find this bullet is quite a bit more accurate than the 7.62 by 39. But they're still kind of pretty cool, because the nice thing about the 6.5 Grendel coming from the parent case of the 7.62 by 39 is it makes it actually easier to convert like an AK, for example, to 6.5 Grendel, because you're still going to be able to use a lot of the same components. So, for example, an AK-47 bolt isn't going to have a problem with the extractor grabbing onto the case here, right? The head of the case. So it's pretty cool. And there have been a couple militaries, you know, that have used it. For example, you know, former Yugoslavia, present day Serbia, I believe it is, or maybe it's Croatia or both. They're using a 6.5 Grendel AK. And then we've had in the past that were available in the United States, the 6.5 Grendel Vepers made from Russia. Now, the Vepers obviously aren't military rifles. They're sporting rifles made for, you know, police use, and just they used to be available for import to civilians in the United States until Trump banned them. So, yeah, there's been a couple AKs in the past. That one that I know of for sure that's been available in the U.S., and that would be the Veper. And then the Yugo version, I'm not sure that that's ever been made available here in any form, including parts kits. And I'm not sure it ever will, or at least not in the near future. So, yeah. You guys have probably already been chiming in quite a bit, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys like this. I'm going to take a peek at the comments and see what you guys had to say. Poor Conservative thinks it looks pretty cool. Who, me? I'm looking cool, or the ammo? I'm pretty sure he meant the wolf, but hey. Yep, Ninja Scout. Yep, you said you heard Grendel's cheap ammo. Yeah, I think, you know, right now, I think AIM surplus, about $5.19 a box. That's not really that bad. I don't think so. Let's see here. You guys, it sounds like Bastard and South are talking about the Arasaka. Are you guys talking about the use of the Arasaka in Japan, or the Russian use of it? I know the Russians bought quite a few Arasakas at a certain point. Oh, Jeremy Wilson said he tried that trick with his AR and it failed miserably. Just kind of looking down the rail. Hey, but I think it was, yeah, Ron Shad said nothing faster than a bead sight. So there you go. I might not be accurate, but I'm going to get the drop on you, right, guys? It's all about getting that first shot off, whether it hits or not, right? Oh, boy. What are you guys talking about here? Oh, you guys are talking about the Wolf uppers, the 223, the Taiwanese. Is that the T91 Wolf upper? Is that what you guys are talking about? Yeah, I don't have one of those, but I think they're pretty cool. Scott Chrysler says a moose killer. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Mateo? Would you use the 6.5 Grendel as a moose killer? It might actually. We don't have any moose around here, so the only experience I have with moose is basically on TV. Well, Alaskan Ballistics, he did his caribou hunt video the other day, and when I was watching that, several moose before he saw his first caribou. So I get to see moose on the Alaskan Ballistics channel, which is pretty cool. I don't know if any of you other guys are from Alaska or whatnot. Well, I know there's moose in other places, but besides Alaska, we just don't happen to have any here. Strike Nine's here. How's it going, man? He says he'd buy anything, though. 6.5. So, yeah, what are you guys into? 6.5. So, Tree Guy brought up a point here. He said, is there a big difference between the Creedmoor and the Grendel? Yes. Yes. So, basically, if you look at the Grendel like this, the Grendel is a 7.62 by 39 parent case. So, this is clearly an intermediate round, right? Whereas, and you can obviously still fire it in what we call an AR-15 platform. Now, the Creedmoor is a full-size rifle round. So it is going to be based on closer to a 308 size cartridge, right? So now that's going to need to be fired in what's commonly referred to as an AR-10. I know most of what people call AR-10s technically aren't AR-10s, but just to put it in simple terms, yeah, 6.5 Grendel, AR-15 platform, right? 6.5 Creedmoor, AR-10 platform. And then there's another type of 6.5 that actually predates both of them by about 100 and some years, at least, well over 100 years. And this is another 6.5 here. And that's why I brought them both out and said, which 6.5 do you guys want to see? Well, truth is, you're going to get to see them both. So this is a Carl Gustaf's M96 Mauser, and this particular one was made in 1908. Now, this is by far not the first year they started making these, but just this example alone is 111 years old. And this is chambered in the 6.5 by 55 millimeter, otherwise known as the 6.5 Swede. And look, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm no ammo expert, okay? But I follow a lot of different people's podcasts, and look, I slept at a Holiday Inn Express last night. And I know some people, and I know all the best people, and all the people I know are the best, and they all think my hair is the best. So with that said, I'll be honest with you. 6.5 by 55 Swede versus 6.5 Creedmoor. I've kind of come to the conclusion that the Creedmoor really doesn't have a whole lot on this gun, to be honest with you, in this cartridge. The 6.5 Creedmoor is a very, very venerable round that's been used for hunting for 100 years, was used in military service for well over half a century. And until you start getting into the outer limits of what we would call extremely long range, there's really not much loading wise in the 6.5 Creedmoor that can really beat the 6.5 by 55 Swede. So if you guys want to get into the 6.5, and let's just say you don't have a lot of money, but you find one of these Swedish rifles for sale, obviously with any Milsurp, the barrel condition is going to matter. Whether the crown's good on it or not, it's all going to matter. But if you find a good shooter in one of these, you're basically set up to start getting into long range. I mean, look at the barrel on this thing. This is by no means a carbine. This is a full, World War I, pre-World War I length, full capacity cartridge. So, and I think I have some 6.5. I think I have some 6.5 by 55 actually right here. Now look, if there's any 6.5 Creedmoor fans in the house, don't think for 1 minute I'm ripping on that cartridge. That's not my purpose at all. I'm just simply saying, don't forget about the 6.5 by 55 Swede, especially if you're a Milsurp guy. Because like Beretta Man just said, 111 years old and looks better than a lot of guns today. Absolutely. So what I like about a gun like this is I get to have the history behind it, right? I get to have the beautiful wood, the bluing, all of the provenance of it being what it is, the heritage, all these reasons why we love Milsurps, right? I get all of that experience, and I also get just a flat-out kick-ass cartridge that's extremely accurate at long distances, an extremely effective bullet design. So I'm not I think it's hard to really ever mention calibers without getting someone offended, but I'm just kind of almost lately hearing a lot of people say, 6.5 Creedmoor is the only 6.5. And that's mildly annoying because I just don't think that's true. That's really the only point I'm making. And I know I had some Swede over here somewhere. I'm trying to think of what I did with it. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to show you what these bullets look like. I remember last week, there was a gentleman in here that was kind of new into Milsurps and was asking me about 303 British. And if you're here, man, nice to see you again, even though I don't see you. But anyways, and I said, PPU. Well, here's some more PPU. And this is 6.5 by 55 Swedish. This is their match, their hollow point boat tail. This is 120 grains. And this is some nice ammo here, guys. If you were going to be competing, I'm sure there's better hand loads and there's going to be some more boutique ammo available. But for just something that most people can afford, this is not that expensive of ammo. This is pretty good stuff. Now this is what's crazy. We were just looking at the 6.5 Grendel. What have we got here? Okay. All kinds of random ammo here, guys, so bear with me. 300 blackout, anybody? I told you guys I like you, by the way. So this is pretty cool. You kind of have to show them next to each other to get the full effect. So like I was already talking with the 6.5 Grendel, we're bottlenecking down a 7.62 by 39, right? And throwing this little 6.5 millimeter bullet out of it with a casing appropriate for an intermediate cartridge. Now here's the full size right here. So now we have an also rather bottlenecked cartridge with a very similar size bullet, right? As far as diameter goes, with a whole heck of a lot more powder behind it. So what do you guys think is going to happen next? Which one do you think might be a little bit faster downrange? So we have 100 grains here, okay? 100 grain projectile. And now we have 120 grain projectile out of a full-size rifle case, right? Rifle cartridge. So, yeah. Brother Man's going to be bailing on us. That sucks, man. Don't you have a charger? Here you go, dude. I'll hook you up. I'll send this. See? Here, catch, Brother Man. All right. Oh, he caught it. Holy crap. Did you guys see him catch that? All right. Good catch, Brother Man. But yeah. Anybody else know about these rounds? What do you guys think of this 120 grain match boat tail? Hollow point. Little itty bitty hollow point here. Now, this hollow point isn't really for ultimate expansion in this case. What I believe the hollow point's for in ammo such as this is to kind of switch the weight, right? To kind of get some of the weight near the rear of the bullet to get it to fly through the air a little better, right? And I think I have as a reference here. Yeah, here's a reference. This is always good because here's America's most popular hunting cartridge, 30-06. So here we have a 30-06, and here we have a 6.5. Now, obviously the 30-06 is, a longer case, but this is pretty close to 30-06 size with a very, very aerodynamic bullet that is going to perform much more accurately at longer ranges than this 30 cal. But I'm not taking anything away from the 30-06 at the same time. This is obviously one of the most tried and true cartridges in America. And when the Swedes were chambering their service rifle, right here, and there were multiple different types of Swedish Mausers. Some made by Husqvarna, for example, if you guys are familiar with them. And yes, it's actually the same Husqvarna that made dirt bikes and still makes chainsaws and, you know, lawnmowers and all of that. So I know I've got some Husqvarna equipment for my business. Same company. They made a lot of Mausers back in the day. Carl Gustafs. So they were running around with these in the early 1900s, right? With the 6.5 by 55. And then the United States, around that time, stand by. We were running around with a 1903. So that's their Mauser. Here's our Mauser clone, right? So the American Mauser, which is chambered in this 30-06. So somebody was saying they liked the sound of a rifle chambering, so I'll chamber a live round in this one just so you guys can hear it, how it sounds when it chambers. And let's see how this sounds, guys. I'm not sure if it's going to blow my speaker out or not. I'll aim just to the left of the speaker, okay? Just to make sure. And this is aimed in a safe direction, by the way. And let's see how loud this sounds on the other end, all right? Ooh. Must have a hang fire, boys. Or maybe it's a snap cap. So, yeah. Yeah, Brad, it's like the military open tip match are not hollow points. Wink, wink. No, I hear you. This specific one here is actually labeled as a hollow point. I don't think this is a military loading for anyone. This is civilian ammo, but on a type of budget, this is considered to be, you know, premium ammo by my standards. Notwithstanding, there's probably way better loadings out there than this. I'm just not very wealthy, so when I get the PPU, that's the standard. And then when I want to treat myself, I get the PPU match. Yeah, good stuff. I need to try to get PPU to sponsor this show. Do any of you guys know anybody over there? I feel like I've been plugging their ammo every single show, and I don't get a discount. Don't even know anybody from there. I think the company's pretty cool because they're offering lots of ammo for a little bit harder to find calibers and cartridges and keeping them down in price where regular people can still afford to shoot them, right? All right, let's see if anyone else has popped in here. I thought I saw somebody. Mike Sylvester's here. How's it going, Mike? He likes the 243 Winchester. So that's another 308 size that's knocked down even quite a bit more, right? So, yeah, that's a barrel burner right there, the 243 Winchester. That's getting out of there pretty quick. And depending on the gun, depending on the barrel, what do you say, Mike? 500, 700 accurate rounds out of the average 243? Am I kind of right? I'm not an expert on it. I just know it's kind of known as a really, really fast barrel burning round. And Johnny Powell brings up a good point. The Italians like the 6.5. So that would be the 6.5 Carcano, otherwise known as the magic bullet. The bullet that left the book depository and did a U-turn from the grassy knoll and came back through. I was just talking about that to someone the other day. Strike 9, you should grow your hair out and get it permed. Well, look back at the videos, man. You've been around here for a while. I've had my hair long, and it gets pretty naturally curly. But no, it's still hot as hell, guys. Like, I'm literally keep wiping my brow here because it's hot. Like, it's pretty much October now, and it's just not cooling off. And I saw it's supposed to be 86 here next Tuesday. And I live, like, in the northern part of the country. Like, yeah, you can go up further north in Michigan than me, but we're specifically where I'm at. If I go an hour north, I'm going to be in Canada, you know? So it's like, what the heck's going on here? Limbert Johnson. How's it going, Limbert? Let's see here. Uh-oh, poor conservative's phone died. Jeez, oh, Pete, did you need me to throw you a charger, dude, too? Okay, you're back. Poor Conservative's back. Gun Squawk 44. How's it going, man? Almost, but not quite. I'm not quite there, poor Conservative. No, where I'm at is in very southeast Michigan. It's just it happens to be if I go an hour due north, I'm in Canada. Don't mistake, I'm not in the upper, part of Michigan by any means. Yeah, so Strike Nine's chiming in on the PPU. He said, love me some PPU. Never had a problem with it. Got some of that 54R that's fun to shoot. Yep. It's not bad stuff. Again, I just like it. I mean, I really do. And they're keeping a lot of the older stuff alive. Like I was just showing you guys last stream. I got some 7.63 Mauser over here. Some 357 SIG. What's up with that, man? 357 SIG? We're going to have to start carbon dating that stuff now. That's such an old cartridge. Everybody hates it because it's so weak. And, man, if it wasn't for PPU, I don't even know if we'd have 357 SIG anymore, would we? I mean, gosh, what a terrible round. I mean, it's such a compromise. Here's the deal with 357 SIG. Hold on, guys. I mean, this is, how do I even put this into words, guys? How terrible 357 SIG is. I have a way to do it. Okay, so 357 SIG is basically like, okay, I've got two perfect cartridges here to compare it to. So this is why you should never have to compromise with 40 or 357 SIG. So here we have 22 long rifle, okay? This is for Charlie Cheap Ass. So you can literally buy a whole brick. A whole brick. Oh, you guys can't see it. Hold on a minute. So you guys can literally buy a whole brick of this 22, right? For the same price as you can buy 50 rounds of this 357 SIG. All right. So obviously 22 long rifle is better than 357 SIG or 40. Now, here's another round that's much better than 357 SIG. And this would be the 380 ACP. Now look. 380 ACP, otherwise known as 9mm Kurs or 9x17, it's been around like so much longer than 357 SIG, so it's more proven. And it's more expensive. So this box of 380 is more expensive than 357 SIG. So why would this round even exist? I think we should get rid of the round right now, okay? So Charlie Cheap Ass, there you go. For all of the rich, highfalutin YouTubers, we have the premium 380 ACP, right? What point does this ammo even have? Because here's the deal. If you guys want raw power, check this out. I mean, you can just tell. This cartridge here, 40mm, 40 caliber rather, 40mm braster. It's like, oh shit, I just dug up some 40mm stuff out on the back 40. I mean, this braster guy, you guys have watched his videos. He's just walking along, tink, tink, tink. Oh shoot, I just found a 40mm. Okay, no 40mm, 40 caliber, knocked down to a 9mm. Why would you want to do that? Okay, that's just wasting a bunch of extra reloading time when you can just have this nice, okay, you can have this nice straight-walled, okay, straight-walled 9mm bullet. And anyone that's ever been into ammo ballistics knows, and they know this. Mateo is even going to have to agree with this. A straight-walled cartridge is going to have much higher speed than something that's bottlenecked down like this. And here's the problem. This case maybe have twice the capacity of this 380. This 380 is all powder, guys. Where this 357 SIG, they only put powder up just above where the extractor claw grabs. The rest of it's all cornmeal. So if you want the most power, you go with 380, okay? If you're Charlie Cheap Ass, you can buy a whole freaking brick of 22 long rifle. And make no mistake, I see it all the time online. You can kill any game, any large game, small game with 22 in the whole world if you shoot it perfectly in the ear. So trust me, there's been 400-pound sows, like big wild boars, go down with one well-placed 22 long rifle right in the ear. Now, if it's this arm score, don't rely on the second shot because you're probably going to have a failure to feed, eject, or just failure to fire. But again, 500 rounds for the price of 50. So you win again. Okay. So that's the thing. Look, I've been studying these places online. YouTube, YouTube's the only place to learn anything, guys. This stuff's junk. Get rid of it right now. It should never have even existed. And I'm just going to get this out of here right now before I lose any subs. Okay. You can do anything you want with these 2 rounds. This is all you need. I mean, this is all you need. Okay. So I just thought I don't want to, here's the thing tonight. I don't want to have any kind of ammo debates. Okay. No ammo debates at all. Because there is no freaking debate, people. This is all you need. So no ammo debate here whatsoever because this is already settled score. And I'm just going to end the stream right now because there's nothing else to say. Not really. I mean, there's nothing else to say. I'm just not going to end the stream quite yet. You know you're out there, Charlie Cheap Ass, if you put it in the certain spot. Now, look, hold on. I have to say one more thing, guys. I said I was done, but I lied. Now, here's the thing. It's not in their ear. There's this spot directly below and behind their ear. Now, I'm not a hog, but in a hog, it's right below and behind the ear. The wind at your back, downhill. There you go. One shot is all you need of this. And look, guys, I'm just completely knowledgeable because I do own a 22. Look, I took down a moose the other day with this at 600 yards. And guess how I killed it? Does anyone have any guesses how? 2.8-inch barrel. I shot it right behind and below the ear. It's that simple. So there you go. This is all you need, boys. Ooh. If you can get past the recoil, this will do the job. Trust me, guys. It really, really will. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, man, they both just turned on me. All right, let's check the comments to see if there were any questions. M4 Johnny, how's it going, man? Gun Squawk 44, I like them all. 9, 40, 45, 22, 10 millimeter. No, man, you didn't listen. 22 long rifle at 380 is all you need, man. We don't no, there's no other cartridges on this show. Definitely, we don't like 7.62 by 39. We don't like 6.5 here. Definitely not this ZQI stuff. Like this stuff isn't actually good ammo at all. This 7.62 by 51 NATO. We definitely don't like that here either, guys. So, Cave Dave's right. I'm losing it. Time to calm down, guys. Hold on a minute. Let me get some of Daddy's cough syrup out. Whew. These streams are a lot of effort, guys. Sorry. Have to stop and rehydrate myself. And Cave Dave does bring up a good point. I am kind of losing it, guys. I've been trying to put on a better appearance for this stream lately. And this one nail here, when I cut it, look, I was taught how to use these a while ago. I must not have been a very good student because I don't know if you guys can tell, but this one isn't very balanced. So thanks for bringing it up, Cave Dave. There we go. I'm really trying to do a good job here, guys. I really, really am. And, you know, it's hard. It's hard to learn how to use all these tools. And I'm trying to get on the good side of YouTube's algorithm, guys, so just humor me, okay? Nail files and, you know, furries and... All right. Is that better, Cave Dave? I know you said I was losing it, man, but hopefully I'm getting it back again. What do you think? Looking good? All right. Hey, poor conservative says I'm looking good, so yeah. 760 by 39 is just overcompensating. Exactly. Oh, yeah. And here's the thing. Always keep a box of these in your wallet, guys. That way, if you get lucky, you don't have to compensate. You're good to go. So this is always good to keep under the kids' school pictures, but between the money and the wallet, if you guys know what I'm saying. All right, Cave Dave says I'm looking good. Oh, shit. Yeah, Gun Squawk. Dude, I was just wrestling a llama. And Brenda says, yeah, he was. Even worse, he lost. I actually did. Good thing the camera only shows from the chest up because it tore me up otherwise. Trust me. Let's see here. Mike Sylvester, I carry 380 as one of my guns too. So if any of you guys actually took me serious a few minutes ago, get out of here. You're way too uptight to be here. But see, somebody just left. See, that's how it goes. See, as soon as I say that, talk about getting uptight, poor conservative just left. What the heck? Hopefully he took Brastard with him. Like I said, what about Brastard? He's walking around and, around here, it's like, oh, shoot, look, I just found a 9mm. Brastard's like, ooh, howitzer battery. Hold on a minute. Oh, shoot, it's still loaded. 120mm. 120 mm. Oh, that's only an 80mm. Oh, man. Oh, poor conservative still here. I thought, who left then? Brastard must have left. Yep, Mateo said 22 long rifle round nose for her pleasure. Yeah, I don't know, guys, but I've heard high velocity, huh? Get in and out, do your business real quick, get the heck out of there. It may be small, but it's fast enough to make up for it. Oh, there he goes, out of the blue. Only found a Winchester 35 SL case today. Winchester 35? Jeez, oh, Pete, you're stumping me now. I thought I knew quite a bit about old rifles. Sounds like a good one. Gunsquawk. No, man, I totally agree with you. I have so many freaking calibers here. It's not even funny, but if you watch certain channels online, hey, it depends where you're at. You could be in the 22 channel, and that's all you need, or the 9mm channel, and that's all you need. But, yeah, 40, 357 SIG. I don't know. Ask Mateo. He'll let you know about those. I heard Mateo is trying to get rid of all the... Mateo has two purposes in life. He's trying to get rid of all the 40 caliber ammo, and he's trying to get rid of all the Steyr handguns. And then he's going to basically switch over to, I think, basically Draco, AK pistols, and 22 long rifle. Again, round nose, fast as heck. Scott Chrysler, come on, 22 bang bang, LOL. Yeah, instead of me love you long time, me love you extremely short time, but very, very quickly. Talk about coming on quick, right? High velocity, hollow point, round nose. Yeah. Ooh, I got to put this ammo away. This is supposed to be a family-friendly show, actually. I think it still is, isn't it? Is this still family-friendly, Brastard? Oh, okay. 1905 Winchester. 35 came out before the 351 in 1907. Awesome. Ooh, 17 HMR. But you want them to be able to still feel it at least. Come on. Yeah. Gunsquawk 44. Keep your 22s. Beto's picking everything else. I know. What about these 22s? Do you think Beto realizes this is a 22? 22 caliber. What do you guys think about this? I wouldn't call this a clone, but this gun's kind of set up similar to something that was probably carried in the 1980s ish. Yeah, this little 22. You guys ever heard of these guys? Double Star, Winchester, Kentucky. They're a pretty famous company. I don't really think you see a lot of their stuff necessarily, but hey, I don't know. I'm not a double star salesman or anything, but I've had good luck with this rifle. You know, this rifle's actually been, or carbine, I should say in this case. But I don't know, there's something about the A2 type uppers that I like. Yeah, the pick rail with the screw-on, bolt-on are cool, but this ends up being lighter weight, and I don't know. There's just something I like about it. Even though from what I've been told, at least according to several military vets that I know, this really isn't supposed to be a carry handle, right? You vets can chime in on this, but I've been told you really weren't supposed to actually carry it around like this, but that's kind of what I do. So, but then again, I don't have a sergeant to chew my ass out. I've never been in, so. But I like it. You know, I like the full A2 length stock. A1, I think I might like even a touch more. It's just a little bit shorter, but this is still very comfortable. I would actually, just for, you know, shooting and having a nice stable platform, I would prefer this fixed A2 stock over a collapsible any day, to be honest. I really like it. There's nothing, you know, if you're growing a beard, to sit there and pull your beard hairs out, which UAR guys have all probably been there at least once or twice, depending on the type of stock. Some of them will get right in there and you're shooting and it's just like, ripping half your face off, right? Johnny Paul says, is that Tinkerbell on the roll mark? No, I think it's supposed to be like a dragon, right? There you go. I think that's a dragon. Let's see here. The 4477. Do you guys have a load for that? That'd be hard to find. I don't even think PPU makes a 4477. Yeah, like Gun Squawk said, I don't think he realizes we never used an AR-15 in the Army. It's not a military weapon. If I even start thinking about Robert Francis any longer, I'm going to be so stupid, I'm not even going to know how to talk on this show anymore. It's literally that stupid. But no, you guys are right. I mean, Mike Sylvester is talking about the 22 Magnum. Are you saying you got a couple 22 magazines, or do you mean 22 Winchester Magnum ammo? Draco the Dragon. There you go. Actually, I do have Draco the Dragon over here. That micro Draco, that's pretty much what that thing is a little fire breather. Definitely. Yeah, it might be more like a Phoenix. So like Seth's saying. I don't know. Who the heck's from Kentucky in here? Tell us what this is. Any of you guys near Winchester, Kentucky? Okay, multiple choice. Is this a Phoenix? Is it a Dragon? Or is it... what did somebody ask me? They just asked me a minute ago what it was. Or is it whatever somebody else said? Oh, geez. You guys are... Yeah, 22 Win Mag. Uh-oh, do you guys want to really start chaos in here right now? 5.7 versus 22 Win Mag. No, we're not gonna go there whatsoever. Beat off a dork. Oh, geez. Brandon said they would get in trouble. His dad said they would get in trouble for using the carry handle to carry it. I've been told that. Even though I thought this was the... I mean, it's the carry handle, right? But isn't it also a spot where you can mount optics? And isn't it kind of, too, a holdover from when the weapon used to be charged under here? So this was actually probably to protect the original charging handle? Maybe? I think that's probably this technically used for it, but to me, it's a freaking carry handle, and it carries quite well that way. I don't know. Yeah, next shot with a 22. WMR will drop a buck. I'm sure it could. Yeah, from the 308 version, like Mateo's saying. Yeah, the 308 22 mag versus the 5.7. That'll get some of those P90 guys real mad, really, really quick. Uh-oh, see, Seth came in. See, I was just joking about bringing this up. Oh, gosh, I was just thinking. And then Ninja Scout, if you want to bring up 5.7, okay, versus LOL, 22 TCM. Okay, 22 TCM for the win, Mateo says. Ooh, Bastard, 22 Reed Express. Ooh, I got you guys. 22 Hornet. Taurus makes that pistol for it. That the barrel's like 15 inches long and it weighs 12 pounds. Made from 7.62 by 25. 22 Reed Express. Jeez. That's actually a new one for me too. I'm not familiar with that round, to be honest. Let's see here. All right, guys, here's the deal. 5.7 socks. Okay. 22 Magnum socks. We already discussed this 10, 15 minutes ago, guys. This is all you need. You don't need anything else other than this, okay? All right. Did I miss anything here? If I missed something, guys, just go ahead and say, hey, man, you missed me or ignored me. Or I think I've said hi to everybody. I hope I have. I definitely haven't said hi to, let's see here. I think I might have found everybody. Some of you guys are sneaky because I know Poor Conservative was in here incognito earlier. 22 Spitfire made from 30 carbine. That would be fun. 454 Casal is all you need. Yeah. Yeah, 5.77 450 is all you need. As long as you have enough money to reload for it, you never need anything else, right? Ooh, 22 BOZ, Boz. Is that how you say that? 10 millimeter neck down to 22. Jeez, oh, Pete. So basically a 40 short and weak is what you're trying to say. I think the 40 caliber is only a 22, right? 90% cornmeal, 10% powder. There must be some reason they call it the 40 short and weak. There you go. 460 short and weak. There you go, Mateos. 454 Super Red Hawk. That's probably a nice gun, man. Rugers are usually a little bit on the beefy side. I'm sure that gun's got some weight to it, Mike. Sounds pretty cool, though. Say it like Jeremy Wilson said, my first deer was dropped by a Mossberg 702 Plinkster with one shot. As long as you know where to hit it, it doesn't matter what you use. Yeah, that's why I'm having fun, guys. But, yeah, good night, Tree Guy. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to hang out a little bit here. I've been on just a little bit over an hour. Really only about an hour because the first 15 minutes nobody knew I was on because of ScrewTube. Ooh, Brasted for the win. 105 howitzer, neck down to 22. What do you guys think about that one? Would that be going fast enough? Here's the thing, though, Jeremy Wilson, back to your point, I have no doubt. But here in Michigan, we're not allowed to hunt with this, okay? We can't hunt with any 22s for deer. We can hunt varmint, small game, sure, but it would be illegal to attempt to shoot deer with this. Likewise, also, the AR-15, you know, 223.556, because that is still for legal purposes and hunting purposes, that's still considered a 22 caliber. So we have to shoot with larger than 22 caliber if we're trying to take any type of deer. But I know different states have different laws on that, so I'm sure wherever you're at, it's totally legit, but... Oh, I got you. If that's all you had, then you may do with it. I got you. Vulcan cannon is all you need. No. Look, guys. You guys are all wrong, okay? Do you want me to Hold on a minute. Hold on. Oh, I have to get up here just to prove you guys wrong once again. All right. This is all you need. So that should settle it right now, guys. This is all you need. Okay? I'm trying to get back on its good side again, by the way. Shh. Don't tell it, but I've got all you need right here. Okay, Cave Dave said we can shoot 22 caliber for deer, but not rimfire. Gotcha. So that would knock the 22 Magnum out of there too. 127 millimeter deck down to 22. I think that's still illegal here, to be honest. Yeah, it's still a 22. Is that 127 millimeter rimfire? Poor conservative de Yama. There you go, Seth. Hey, yeah, you're right. You don't need a 5.56. You can fight a bear with 22 long rifle. I wish I had some 22 short here because, yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. I'm actually selling everybody short because 22 short is probably better than any of these calibers. Yeah, the primer on the 127 millimeter case would be bigger than a 40, right? What's my favorite 9 millimeter pistol? Oh, geez. Oh, Pete. Oh. Oh, you're killing me, dude. I appreciate the question, but I don't even know if I can answer that. There's so many 9 millimeters out there. I've been having a lot of fun with this lately. This is kind of my favorite to take out right now and shoot, to be honest with you. This piece of crap here that it's actually turned out pretty good. So the Taurus G2C is pretty fun to shoot. Probably not my favorite 9, though, of all time. I don't know. I've kind of been a Walther P38 fan for a long time. I like the Croatian pistol, the HS2000. I have a lot of experience carrying a Croatian HS2000. Believe it or not, that's up there. Oh, that is a good question, man, but it's kind of hard because there's so many good Milsurps chambered in 9. I'm kind of a Walther P38 fan, though. I've had a crush on those for a long, long time. I mean, yeah. Ooh, Beretta Man, thanks for the heads up again for reminding me. He says, don't shoot that darn arm scar out of it, though. Trust me. Ooh, ooh. I've never shot their 9 millimeter, guys. Really, I don't even know that I even have any center fire arm score. I just found this stuff at Rural King really cheap the other day. It was like on sale at the end of the, aisle there. So as I was walking by with some motor oil and stuff, I was just like grabbed a couple and threw them in the cart, But this is definitely not like an ammo that's my favorite. Really don't have a lot of experience with it. I'll have to see what happens with this 22. But then again, Beretta Man, you're an evil man. I mean, you're a very evil man, as was stated by an internet expert the other day. So I don't know, man. You might just have a bone to pick with this because you're so evil. Ooh. Cave Dave, 22 CB caps. I think I have back in this box, maybe. It might be in that box. It might be somewhere else. An old German 22 starter pistol. That is all you need. Let's see here. Gun Squawk just picked up a CZ P07. Kind of impressed. Those are kind of really good guns from what I've heard. I've definitely heard a lot about those. I don't have a P07. I have more of, a classic CZ75 Milsurp. I've got a Tanfoglio Witness P. Let me think. Do I have any other CZ variants? I'm trying to think if I have any here or not. But yeah, the CZs are nice. These stars are actually pretty nice too. Speaking of the whole recessed slide, these stars are pretty nice guns. The 28 DAs. Kind of CZ-ish / SIG, The PO1, there you guys go. Yeah, this is some of that old Walmart ammo here, I don't support them anymore, but I used to buy it there. I thought they were not necessarily pro gun, but I didn't know they were this bad. Adrian's here. How's it going, man? CZs are great. I have a 999 and picking up a 99 Monday. Hold on, Adrian. I got something to show you here. Where is it at? Let me go into the back warehouse. Uh-oh, guys. He's going back to the warehouse. You'll never see him again. How many CZ99s do you want to see, Adrian? All right. Sorry about that. I had to go back here and see how many CZ99s I could find for my buddy Adrian in here. So I'm going to go take a quick 5-minute break. Yeah, this is meant to be a cliffhanger. So if there's any CZ99 fans in the house, you might want to hang out for another 5 minutes because we have not one, okay, but two-ish African variant. But we also have 3 CZ99s. So with that said, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break, guys. I'll be right back and talk about CZ99s for a minute, if that sounds like fun. And some other CZs, if that floats you guys' boat too. Hey, whatever pleases you guys tickles me to death. So any requests, throw them in the comments for me at 2AEDU so I can see it in orange. And I will see. Thank you for the beautiful remark. I will see you beautiful people. M4 Johnny, you're beautiful. I will see you guys in a second. sorry about that, guys. I just got kicked by a small little four-legged ruminant on my way in, but I'm all good. Okay. So I have 99s here. I'm going to show you guys. Any other requests? There's quite a few more pistols in the back. If you guys are into Milsurps, if you guys are looking at those $199 Tokarevs right now, the Romanians that are on sale at that place that Sweaty Ben owns and works at, I have one of those if you guys are curious. But first, I need to ask you guys a favor. And don't leave. It's not going to cost you a penny. When I changed my name to 28EDU, I also set up an Instagram page. I'm thinking about posting some pictures there pretty soon. I have this really, really crappy phone right now. So here's the deal with IG. I'm going to start posting some pictures. I have this really, really old phone. The battery's so bad on it, I have to use this because it gets like 10 seconds without it. Okay, that's the deal. And the camera is all scratched up anyways. But I'm trying to get a Samsung Galaxy 10 that has like 6 cameras on it, okay? Yes, Seth, the Romanian Tokarev. So I have an Instagram account. And if you could please help me out, Mateo1371. He's my only Instagram follower right now. If you could post a link to my IG in the description. If you guys want to help me out, hit me up on IG. Give me a follow. I'd appreciate it. And here's what I can offer you guys as a prize, okay? If I can get 50 followers on IG before I put up my first picture, okay? I know this is a lot to ask of you guys, but here's the thing. I'll start posting topless pictures on there, okay? Now, look, 2 things have to happen first. First, I have to get the better phone with the better cameras in it. Second of all, since it's summertime, I've got some tan lines. So I'm going to have to work on getting rid of the tan lines a little bit, okay? Before I can post the topless pictures, okay? Because right now, no one's going to want to see this, right? Because, so I'll do topless pictures if I can get to 50 IG followers. What do you guys think? Oh, man. I just lost my only follower. This isn't working out good. Uh-oh. The poor conservative's already warning me. What's my IG name? Gonna bug you to death. Look, I mean, I know, Beretta, man. You don't want to see the tan lines. Just give me a little bit of time. If you guys can go over there and follow me on there, I'll start posting some pictures. And don't worry, the topless ones are going to take a little while before I can get myself appropriate for that type of thing. But, yeah, there we go. It's 2A_EDU. Okay, Marshall. How's it going? Marshall9913. How about 50 followers if you don't go topless? Okay, let's take a vote. How can I get to 50 quicker? If I don't go topless or if I do? I think Marshall might be onto something. So, how about this? I'll move the goalpost. 50 followers and I won't go topless. So hurry up, guys, and head over there. Because if I get rid of these tan lines before I hit 50, then, yeah. All right. But, okay, here's the thing, though, Marshall. All right, the topless is going too far. But I do have nice hair, don't I? Don't I have the best hair? I mean, everyone likes my hair. Even people who don't like me like my hair. So, how about this? IG, no hat, 50 followers. Does that sound good, guys? Oh, boy. Okay, so yeah. CZ99s. Those of you familiar with the former Yugoslavia, this was one of their service pistols. And we can see right here, this is also considered a CZ, as in Krvina Zastava. CZ99. Kind of looks like a SIG, doesn't it, guys? A little bit. 9mm. Double action. Single action. And what's cool about this gun is we have our slide release, right? So we can release the slide, hit the slide release again, and that decocks the pistol. So kind of cool. I like this setup, actually. I think this is pretty cool. No safety to mess around with. Just literally You know, easy manual of arms if you think about it. So if you want to, just say you start off with a fresh mag, right? And you want to drop in your mag, chamber the pistol. Well, now to make it safer to carry, just hit the same release. And there you go. You're back into a much safer, longer, and heavier double action. And it does have the ambi release over here, which is going to be able to decock it from that side as well. So, yeah, this is a surplus that's obviously seen some carry use, some duty use. These have an aluminum type frame with essentially a paint on here, as you can see where the wear is. Yeah, like Adrian says, great guns. These things are kind of beasts, and he's right. And it has inspiration from the Walther P98, and like Seth's saying, the SIG 226 or 229. Absolutely. SIG and Arcus had an ugly baby. And for those of you guys that don't know, Arcus would be like Bulgaria's high power clone, if you will. So you've got the Arcus 94s, the Arcus 98s. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. Cave Dave's following me. All right, dude. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. He said that needs a paint job, gun squawk. I hear you, but that's not for me. See, with my Milsurps, I like to kind of have them as issued. So to me, I kind of like it with the wear and tear and the patina on it. Just kind of goes along with the whole, like, you know, as issued thing. But I hear you. I really do. Thanks, M4 Johnny. Jeremy Wilson, SIG P210. So I happen to have a P210. No, dude, I'm not rich. Trust me. I wish I had a P210, but I don't quite have the money for one of those. But this is for gun squawk. Now here's a nice one right here. Now this at first glance looks like a CZ99, right? Okay. What do you guys think? Look like a CZ99? But it's actually not a CZ99. This is a TZ99. You don't really see too many of these. Not many of these have been brought into the country. Right here's the roll mark on it. Let me see if I can get that to... Jeez, oh, Pete, this camera does not like me right now. Oh. Anyways, I'll read it to you guys. It says, Tresutu, Tressitu-RSA. So what this is a South African. There we go. Now it's coming in there. There we go. This is a South African CZ99, which is basically a licensed copy that's pretty much 100% accurate. I mean, this is really about the same gun. The only difference would be this one's in, yeah, like Mike said, this is in really good condition. Jeremy, this is a webcam here, just so you know. It's a Logitech HD 1080p webcam, and that's kind of how I like doing my streams and a lot of my videos. I'll get to the camera setup in 1 second. Same thing, decocker. Move my finger first, and then it won't hurt so bad. That decocker came out with some authority. That was kind of crazy. Kind of caught myself by surprise there, and it actually kind of hurt the way it snapped that trigger forward. But yeah. Yeah, this gun's in pretty good shape, guys. So it's hard to really find South African pistols in this country. So I think this one's pretty cool. I'm glad to have it in the collection, you know. Same manual of arms. Same gun, really. Then I've got another one here. This is a pretty fancy one. Now this one's obviously was B-blasted at a certain point because we can see no more remnants of no bluing, or it's kind of like not really a bluing, like a military bluing, almost a parkerizing. It's kind of a weird finish. It's not quite parkerizing and it's not quite oxide finish. You can see this is just in the raw aluminum and raw steel. It has some really pretty rosewood type grips. All of the accents are plated in gold. And this is actually brought in by Made in Yugoslavia, okay. So this is a Yugoslavian service pistol. And it was brought in by Bruno. If you guys are familiar with Bruno USA out of Ohio. So yeah, actually, this is Bruno USA. I was showing you guys two Bruno guns right off the bat earlier, right? That VZ24 and then that post-war K98. So this was something Bruno brought in. And from what I understand, this isn't a one-off. There's several of these floating around. I've seen a few pictures of them on the internet. So, yes, Mike, this is real wood. Adrian, where did this come from? Well, original Yugoslavia, brought in by Bruno. Exactly how it came to be, I'm not sure. I know this is actually a thing, though. Like, there was a small limited production run of these. I believe very limited, but this is not just a one-off that somebody did on their own. Like, I've actually seen a number of these, like 3 or 4 other ones, like just enough of these online that are exactly identical to this to know that somebody, for some reason, at a certain point, actually did decide to do somewhat of a production run of this gun. And I would note, too, on this specific one here, again, same manual of arms as the rest, slide release decocker. Somebody went in here, I think, and did a little bit of trigger work on this one, because the triggers are good on all of them, but this trigger is pretty good. You know, a little bit smoother than the other ones. It's still a heavy double action. It's just the actual trigger engagement surfaces just feel pretty nice. And even the action on this one, the mag looks pretty much normal, right? Well, it's a little bit different. Normally they have a black follower in them, right? This one does have a gray follower. I don't really know if that's any significance, but it's gray. But everything on this gun feels a little bit slicked up. You know what I'm saying? It just feels nice and smooth. I would also note, too, where these have more of a, just a little painted 2-dot rear, single dot up front. This does actually have, which is basically expired. I can't really see anything, but this does actually have tritium. This does have tritium sights in it. I don't know if you guys can really tell from this angle. Well, there's a better way to see. This does actually have, you know, tritium vials in it. So at one time, this was a night sight that's since expired. But yeah. CZ99. CZ99 and TZ99. Now, how many shows can you guys go to where at 11:30 at night somebody says CZ99 and they bring out 3 of these? Come on. Nah, I'm joking. I mean, I'm not joking. This is probably the only stream where a guy would pull out 3 CZ99s, but I don't really need to give myself a pat on the back for that, do I? That's the thing, Gunsquawker. The Gold Accents Factory, I think somebody did a custom run of these. No, I don't think at, you know, Zastava, Kragujevac, that they actually were making runs of these for any type of service. But somebody somewhere, a small custom shop, did some of these. And I've talked to some people that live over in, you know, some of the foreign Yugoslavian countries. I've been in contact with a couple Serbians, a Croatian guy, you know, through email. And they said this is kind of common that, you know, that vets and military service personnel officers, that they like to dress up their guns. That's where you see a lot of chrome stuff going on. I'm thinking, and this is just a guess based on what a couple of people that live there, and one of them is actually a college professor that was a high-ranking officer in the People's Army before, you know, he went on to his civilian life. And he seems to think that this is probably something that maybe some officers got together and had some of these done, just because he's seen so many of the Tokarevs, the M57s, and different guns like that, where he said it's pretty common for people over there to dress their guns up. And he also worded something like, after you leave your military service, that you get to take your service weapon home with you. So I might be getting some of the small details wrong, but basically a lot of them, take their old service weapon home and then they end up dressing it up. So I suspect this is what the deal is. This. Yeah, Gun Squawk, you deserve the pat on the back, man. All right, dude, turn around. All right. There you go, man. I got you. So I will be putting away guns for the next hour when I get off here, but let me see. Is there anything else you want to see? I'm not going to stay on too much longer, but I got a few more minutes still. No problem, man. I'm glad you guys like it. Okay, Beretta Man's another one. He added me on IG, but please don't show them man titties. All right, guys, here's the deal. I was actually going to show tits on here, okay? I was going to have a hot girl I know on there, but now that Beretta Man says I can't show those, I can't. So sorry, guys. That beaver tail M57, Bradford's asking me about the classic head. I believe that is definitely not factory. I think that is definitely something, again, that was added on because, the extra gunsmithing to these M57s, so when I understand, very prolific in Yugoslavia. And from what I also understand, the reason why we were able to get the ceremonial, Yugos into the United States is because they do like voluntary buybacks there. Not really quite a confiscation, but they say, hey, look, whoever would like to sell them, they can sell them. So they'd sell them back, and then the importer would get with somebody from the I'm going to get some of the details wrong, but one of the ministries over there with the official, former Yugoslavian army. I keep saying Yugoslavia. Look, I know it's not a country anymore, guys, but a lot of this stuff was happening when it was actually collectively Yugoslavia. And from what I've been told by several people that currently live there, it's not a put down to refer to it as Yugoslavia because most of them that I've talked to anyways looked fondly upon those times, and it was pretty good times back then, according to a lot of them, so they really mind. Now, if there's anyone from there in here tonight, I don't mean to offend you, but I've been told that they really don't care. But yeah, stuff like this. Here's an M57. I've showed this in the past with the chrome slide, the blued frame. Stupid safety added to it in the U.S. I just have it out of here because I'm wanting to put a pin in here and fill this in to make it look a little better. Adrian still calls it Yugoslavia. And refresh my memory, man. Now I know you're from over there, we'll say. Are you from Serbia or Croatia? And do you live here now? Just refresh my memory because I know Adrian, if you guys have any questions, he can help you guys out. I know you're either from there or lived there before. I just repeated myself. You're either from there or you lived there before. What I meant to say is you're either from there and you live here now or vice versa. That took me a second. That was like in slow motion. I'm like, I just asked the man the same question. Wait, so are you from there or did you used to live there? Or did you ever come from there? Or no, actually, you're second generation Serb, USA. Okay, gotcha. But your family probably tells you stories, right? And I know you're into these weapons, so. And I don't know if that's your, just your YouTube name or if that's your real last name, but yeah, your last name kind of gives it away a little bit. Just like you probably don't have a lot of like John Smiths running around Serbia, right? If I had to guess. No, man, if you guys can't tell, I'm kind of a Yugoslavian/Serbian junkie. I love all these guns. It's probably one of the most interesting countries to collect guns from because you can almost never get bored. Now, this is that fancy little pinky rest that you don't often see with the aluminum base plate. So this is another one that was all decked out. And M57. Now, this is actually one of the M57s that was part of the official army because it actually has the... Actually, hold on a minute. No, my bad. This is one of the newer ones. Never mind. Where it has the smaller letters. See, there's a whole thing to these. Big letters versus small letters, okay? So this is a little bit newer one that could have been used for police, etc. This is 7.62 by 25, otherwise known as one of the most baddest ass pistol rounds like ever made, and definitely one of my favorites. So I was joking about all the caliber war stuff earlier, but no doubt I'll fight you all night long if you hate this caliber, because I love 7.62 by 25, and that's no joke. And I've got the stupid import safety. Let's see here, Kimberish. Maybe. Except for this is a little more chromier than a Kimber, right? Matt Morrison said, Purdy, that's a good paintbrush, by the way. Do you guys want me to do Purdy paintbrush reviews? Spelled exactly like that, too. I got some Purdy paintbrushes in the back room. Here's your, I think I have one of the true Army pistols here, the People's Army pistols. Yeah, okay, so this is what they refer to as, now look, this is getting in the weeds, guys, but this is what all the guys will call a real military issue M57. So 7.62 millimeter M57. Now this has what they call the big letter prefix in front of it. So this has the letter F, but the actual letter is about twice the size as the other ones. Now here's another giveaway. You're going to see the letter prefix on the serial number here, but then they'll usually get rid of the letter prefix down on the frame. Here's another thing. You're going to have part numbers on each part. So this frame is going to have like a number with dashes and dots in it, right? 2-00.101. Now we're going to go over to the trigger. Same thing. This isn't a serial number. This is a part number. Okay. Now we're going to go on the slide. Whereas the serial number is up here, there's a part number here. So, and we're going to see some extra proof marks. Little proof marks here and here. So when you put all this together, additional proof marks on the front of the trigger guard. When you put all this together, these are the ones that are no questions asked, real deal, like, and look, this is complicated. It's hard to really get into this topic, but basically, this is an actual real deal Army issue, whereas the police are kind of sort of civilians in Yugoslavia. Not exactly the same way that it is here, but kind of sort of. And they also make these M57s for just the regular civilian public at large. So you have different types, and although they're kind of sort of the same guns, if you're into collecting, you can definitely notice some of the different features here. And I was educated quite lengthy on this, that these are some of the things that you should look for. And then, of course, there's some of the ones that they made in recent times for export to the United States, and those will even have different marking schemes than the newer ones like I just showed you. So, oh, crust on the slide, Johnny Powell. Yeah, see, here I am. Thanks, man. Thanks for bailing me out. I'm getting into all the nitty gritty, like talking about stuff that most people have never heard of, and then I miss the obvious. So, crust on the slide. Now, the crust on the slide is an interesting thing. So this is the Yugo crust, okay? Now, depending on different eras, you can count different numbers in the flames sometimes. So there's little variations there, which you can also notice on Yugo Mausers. The amount of flames actually changed at a certain point, right? And also, the crust will be found on some of the newer, we'll just loosely call them civilian made, even though police are a little bit closer to not being civilian in the times of Yugoslavia than our police are, but it's rather interesting. Some of them will have the crust, some will not. So this one here, we're going to see has no crust, okay? And by the way the serial numbers are written, the size of the font, okay, and where it's actually at on the gun, this is a newer production gun. Although it's interesting because even back in the 60s, they were starting to make these, quote, civilian production. And if I say interesting one more time, you guys can shoot me because it's probably more interesting to me than most people. Now this one under here, let me check this other one. I'm getting a big pile of Tokarevs going here on my little desk. If I have a Tokarev Avalanche, I'm going to get kind of pissed. Now this one, although it has more of the civilian type serial number scheme and it's lacking all those extra military proof marks, okay? This one's going to throw us for a loop because it does indeed have a crust on the slide. So there's a lot of overlap. Certain features kind of coming and going on these guns, but essentially they're not a lot of difference over the years, and they're all pretty good. Now, one thing nice about the Yugos is this. They do have that extra round where even if you have a little bit bigger hands, you can see you could have hands quite a bit bigger than mine and still have room for your pinky on these. So you get a real nice full handful on this gun. Whereas the Russian style, so your Russians, you know, your Romanians, your Chinese, all those different, you know, Polish, those are going to be a decent, you know, 3/8 of an inch or so shorter in the grip, and you're going to lose around the capacity. So that was always kind of a little bonus of the Yugos too, right? And that's pretty much how Yugoslavia was with all of their guns. If you look at their AK, their first one, which was the M59, pretty similar to a Russian. But shortly after they started making those for just a few years, they went to the M59/66. Well, by then they had the grenade launching spigot, right? They had the grenade sight, which also acted as a gas shutoff, and the stock's different. So all of a sudden now the SKSs were totally different. Now go into the AKs, and I've done whole streams just on Yugo AK variants. They're not really commensurate to any AKM or AK-47. So for the most part, Yugoslavia has always kind of done their own thing with their guns. They're never quite clones of the Combloc, let's just say. Because although Yugoslavia was obviously heavily influenced by the Soviets, they always still had a strong sense of national pride, and they always had their own arms, you know, from the famous Zastava factory. And Yugoslavia always wanted to kind of still be in charge of itself, you know. So I think it's more proper to say Yugoslavia was, yes, influenced by the Combloc, certainly influenced by Russia, but I don't think it's quite fair to call them a true puppet state. And if Adrian or anyone else is still in here, maybe you can, you know, look, I could talk for months on this topic, but I think that's a good way to kind of summarize it. Yugoslavia always had its own thing. Their president would be often defiant to the Soviet Union in certain ways to rally his people. And in turn, we got guns that are variants of Combloc guns, but not exactly the same thing. And that's why it gets so interesting, because what other country do you guys know of where there's a full-size Tokarev? Okay. Then there, in 7.62x25, there's a full-size Tokarev. Yeah, Tito, for example. That's his exact name. I don't know why I didn't say that a second ago. You know, Tito always had a Tito was a nationalist, for lack of a better word, right? In the same way that, you know, Trump's a nationalist in many ways. So yeah, 7.62x25 full size, right? 9mm full size. Then you have your mini Tokarevs, the M88s, M88As, 9mm. Micro Tokarevs, right? Your M70s, M70 -1s, 32 ACP or 7.65mm Browning. So the only problem with collecting Yugos is there's a million guns called M70 that can get a little bit confusing every once in a while. But yeah, it's hard to get bored of collecting the Yugos just because there's so many different variants. Uh-oh. Beretta Man says, hey, when you heard a noise by the door, when you first started, you sure it wasn't Butthead Beto? I don't know. I did tell him. I did that video for him a while back, guys, and said, hey, you want my AR-15? Here it is. You want my AK? Here it is. So I did offer him to come over and have some tea if he wants. Offer's still open. I mean, I doubt he subscribes to the channel, but if he does, he can come over and we can have some tea and we can talk about some Yugoslavian armament and some Tokarevs. And all right, I have time to probably show another gun or two, and then I'm going to be getting off here. So you guys want to see something else Yugoslavian? Somebody said something about a high power, didn't they? Who said something about a high power earlier? Here's a FEG high power. Basically a classic high power design. FEG Hungary. Obviously got some use on it. This is the Hammer Bite Supreme right here. This hammer. Woo. The way I like to grip a gun. Not fun. Great guns. A lot of history and heritage behind them. This one kind of usually just sits here in the keyboard tray. Because it hurts me when I shoot it. But I still like it though. So here's your half Smith & Wesson. 59 and half high power. The old Hungarian P9R. And we'll go for the trilogy again. Here's another Hungarian P9R. These were brought into the country quite a while ago. They're not especially rare, but you don't really see them much either. And here's a third one, but it's not a P9R, it's a Mauser 90DA. So these were made in Hungary, but marketed by the Mauser company of Germany. And this is the old classic Mauser company. So you guys can probably see the similarities. Generally, but not always, you'd find more of the blonde wood in the P9Rs. And then the 90DAs, which are virtual clones, just a couple teeny differences, but they're basically clones. You'll usually see more of the darker wood. So, yeah. And then here's the old school traditional high power. Now, these will take like Smith & Wesson 5906 mags. These P9Rs are. Because, like I said, they're kind of high powers, but they're kind of Smith & Wessons. They're literally a mix. This is a great gun, too, this Star. I really like this gun a lot. I know I briefly showed this earlier, but this is another one you don't really see too often. The Model 28 DAs. Really nice gun. I mean, these things are, they have the recess slide thing going on here. Kind of like the old SIG P210, right? But just smooth. I mean, just impeccable machining. And there's really not a Star that I don't like. I mean, these are good guns, guys. So, mag safety. I mean, that trigger is just like nothing. Beautiful trigger on this gun. I mean, this is right up there like that Beretta 81 where I was going nuts over the trigger. This is right about up there with that. I mean, just butter. The Poor Conservative says I have too many cool guns. I don't know if you can have too many, can you? What's that old song? Too Much Fun? Of course, this is a nice Star, too. I've shown this quite a few times before. Great little 9mm. Magazine safety. I don't have a snap cap in it, guys, so just to play it on the safe side, I'm going to ease this hammer down and not let it slam in there because these have the whole custom firing pin thing going. Done a video on that a while ago. I actually took the mag out of this because I have this nice little acrylic stand over here. Like when I say I'm a fan of these, I am. I've got it displayed on my shelf just over here to the right. So, yeah. Let's see. All right, how about this? I'm just looking real quick here. Yep, Adrian was helping walk me through some of this. He's one of my inside Yugo consultants in the house. And all right, I'm going to pick something real random here, and then I'm going to sign off. Give me 1 second. To the other warehouse. It's not really a warehouse, but just humor me, guys. I'm trying to sound cool on camera, okay? All right. Is Gun Squawk still here? If you are, I have something for you. Not as cool as your PO7, but he brought up CZ75, which turned into CZ99. Because here's the debate, guys. Who's the real CZ? Is the real CZ Czech Republic, Czechoslovakia, or is the real CZ Crvena Zastava? Okay. Zastava Kragujevac. Okay. I mean, this is clearly right here, guys. Once this focuses, you can see there's clearly a CZ here. There you go. Who's the real CZ? Now, here's the thing. I don't really have to pick because I like both. But there's one that I consider to be, well, I don't know, Adrian. I do. That's what we should do one time here. Do I have more Czech guns or more Yugo guns? I'd have to think about that. I think Yugo's probably. But I don't know. I don't know. There's CZ50s. Yeah, now I'm starting to think of Czech guns again, you know? Czech guns like this. I love my Scorpion Evo 3. Czech Mauser, Czech German Mauser. But then, I mean, Yugos, though. Yugo RPKs. Yugo underfolding RPK. Ugh. Yugo. This is close. This is close. Okay, I have an idea. If I ever hit 2,000 subs, if I ever do, I'll get on here and do like a 3-hour stream, and it'll be the battle of the CZs. Crvena Zastava versus CZ of Czechoslovakia. Would that be fun? Johnny Paul said, meant to pass on info that 92 wasn't the last year for the BM. I have a 93. Okay? I was pretty sure 92 is kind of what's published in a lot of the literature. But if you have a 93, then they may have made a few in 93. And that's the thing with Milsurps, okay? There's always an exception to the rule. But here's a CZ75. If any of you guys are the other CZ fans. Okay. Czech Republic. It's hard doing these guns to a point because there's countries that don't exist anymore, right? Like I'm talking about Yugoslavia, and you got Czechoslovakia, and then Czech Republic, and it just depends when your gun was made, what the name of the country actually is, right? But yeah, CZ75B. This is a classic. This isn't exactly a PO7, but this is what the PO7 would like to be, right? Yeah, Yugo underfolder PK. Yep, absolutely. M72 AB1. It's right over here, about 10 foot in that direction. And it's not a clone either. It's an actual original M72 AB1 kit build. And there's a couple things that tell them apart because mine actually has the detachable bipod and all that. If that's something you guys will look forward to, I'll bring that out next stream, or I'll maybe even do a standalone video on it. Okay, here's a CZ75 for you guys. And here's a CZ75 variant as well. I'd call this a clone and a variant at the same time, right? But yeah, this is a nice gun too. I like the Witness P. EAA. Nice little Italian gun. There's something about the ergonomics of these Ps. This is the small frame, from what I understand. But yeah. It says it somewhere on here. Yeah, Witness P-S. So this would be the small frame 9, whereas the larger frame can handle some of the bigger calibers, right? But this one just fits my hand perfect. And this gun was cheap too. These are not expensive guns. At least they didn't used to be. I hope they're still not. But this gun was definitely, you know, 250 bucks maybe, something like that. I mean, just a little bit more than like a G2C price. And I like it. I like it a lot. Like Per Conservative said, great gun. And Ninja Scout saying Czechoslovakian for the win. I don't know, man. You and Adrian might have to duke it out. Hopefully you guys don't live in the same town because we don't need any fights after the stream. 340 now? Okay, I don't know. I know this was definitely quite a bit. Nah, I'm just messing with the Adrian. You and Ninja Scout are my boys. I don't want you guys fighting. Now, you guys might both gang up on me, and that's okay, but you can't find me because you have to get through Poor Conservative first. No, Poor Conservative never volunteered for that. He's probably the closest to me right now, if I had to guess. But yeah. What did I just do with my pistol back here? All right, my watch just beeped. And then I'll tell you guys for a quick loop on the way out of here. So let's go back to a couple Spanish guns. Star. Model Super B. Modelo Super B, I should say, more accurately. For all you Spanish-speaking Czechoslovakians and Yugoslavians out there. No, there's a lot of Hispanics who watch my channel, actually. Hispanics and Spanish, both. Latinos. I know it's kind of a different, you guys have all your own different nuances to it, but I should bring some of these owner's manuals out one time because they're all written in Spanish. But yeah, Model Super B. Great little gun too. Love this thing. And then, if there's a Super B, that would imply there must be a Model B, right? So here is the Star. This is another Star BM. And I thought it was in this case, but there's a Star Model B around here somewhere. There's another Star BM. Is this the 19? Nope, this is 1977. I have a 92. Give me one more second, guys. Ninja Scout. My M85 NP is sweet. I do like the NP, the model M85. So that's a 5.56 caliber Yugo AK, right? And here's the Model B. So I was just showing you guys the Super B, a couple BMs, and this better be the Model B. Yeah, here we go. So here's the World War II Star. Okay. Manufactured in Spain. Sold to the Germans to use for more rear line work. See if I can get that to focus in on that a little bit for you. Yep, Star. Model B. You can see the old Star proof marks. I believe this specific one, I dated it to like 1943. Something like that. Great gun. This was one that was sold to the this particular one's a German contract due to the specific proof marks on it. We can see up in the very, very top corner here, there's an acceptance stamp right up top here. That's indicative of a German marking. Now, these weren't usually Waffenamt marked with these stars because they were never brought in under the frontline use. They were used for like mail carriers and just people that had a very rear echelon type role. But yeah, nice straw blue in here. I always like that. Wood grips. Yeah, these are pretty cool. This wasn't our guns import. Our guns had these a few years ago. And I didn't want Ninja Scout to feel left out. So, gosh, I'm going to be putting guns away for an hour. The things I do for you guys. But yeah, M85. The M85 is a underfolding, short-barreled rifle. Chambered in 5.56. Bulged front trunnion. 1.5 millimeter receiver. These are nice little guns, guys. Now, the one you were talking about earlier is probably the I don't want to misquote what you said earlier, Ninja. You might be talking the NP, so you're probably talking about the one that has the magwell adapter to take AR mags, right? This is an actual genuine Yugo mag for the M85s, M95s, because there's several versions of these guns, right? You've got your M85s, M95As. So there's the carbine length barreled underfolders and fixed stock, two different versions there. And then you've got your SBR underfolder, M85. There's even been M90s. Some M90s were brought into the country as Century imports. I mean, not true M90s, but if you guys know what the M90 is, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, these are nice little guns right here. I know a lot of the M85s are set up as pistols, but this is an actual, this is an actual rifle here with a functioning underfolding stock. So with an extremely long booster, penned and welded, so that this gun does not require a tax stamp. If I ever decide to secure a tax stamp and waste $200, I'll definitely be able to break this weld, pull the pin out, and put on the normal length booster, which I would like to do someday. This is completely set up right now to be an SBR within 5 minutes of a proper tax stamp. And this is a nice build here. This has the original barrel and everything. Now, another quick piece of trivia. Cold hammer forged and non-chrome line is the typical fare for Yugoslavia, and anything chambered in 7.62 by 39. But with their 5.56 guns, as in this actually has a chrome lined barrel as well. So that's something where they definitely switched it up when they started to modernize, if you will, evolve, de-evolve, however you want to look at it, into 5.56. Because some people would say they evolved into it. Other people would most certainly say they de-evolved into it, right? But yeah, this has some of the features on it, that some people like nowadays that used to be kind of a little harder to find, like the selector that holds the mag open, things like that, which I don't really like it like this. You guys can see I'm having a hard time. I never really run my AKs that way. Yeah, poor conservative devolved for sure, right? So yeah, 5.45 by 39, in my humble opinion, is better. I'm kind of a pretty big 5.45 fan myself. Exactly. Thing is, Yugoslavia never really went to the 5.45 by 39. So, I mean, if you look at it, 7.62 by 39 to 5.56 to now 6.5 Grendel even, right? So, yeah. I don't know if I have any 5.45 guns here right now. I've got a few of them. I've got a Bulgarian AK-74 Elysian Izhevsk, SGL 31. Of course, Polish Tantal. I don't know. I've got a few 545s. I like them. I almost said Polish Baril, but that's a 556, not a 545. So Poland kind of did both. 762 by 39, 545, and 556. Yugoslavia, nah. 556, then 65 Grendel. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I gotta go put this away real quick before I say bye to you guys because I'm kind of out of desk space. All right, I'm not bringing any more guns out because if I get any more Yugoslavian guns out, I'll be on here too long, and it's definitely getting late right now. So if you guys have any more last minute questions for me or comments, let me know. Trey Orr, how's it going, Trey? He says, just mail it to me. You're letting it get dusty. Which one? This Tokarev here or the M85? Adrian, I'll let you know if I ever come across another one of those. It wasn't terribly expensive. It did cost me. Oh, I didn't get it that long ago. That's the thing. I probably bought that gun sometime late winter, mid to late winter, and I think it was about $100 more than what you'd see a normal kind of beat up CZ99 for. So it wasn't really that big of a premium, but I will definitely let you know. Trey Orr, here's the thing, man. I totally hook you up, but I don't want to take away from Ninja Scout because I just read here, in the messages, Ninja Scout's offering you to give him his. So I definitely give it to you, Trey, but Ninja Scout says he lives closer to you and he's definitely going to send you his M85. So I appreciate it, Ninja. And now we're all going to be happy. All right. Let's see here. Ninja Scouts has got the pistol brace. Not a problem. He's going to give you that too. Johnny Powell saying, think they were built for Germany, given to Bulgaria, and then taken by the Russians. Yeah, I'm sure the Russians ended up with them in the end. That's true. I think Germany actually got them, though. I think Germany got some of the Star Model Bs and actually used them. Bulgaria may have had their hands in them, too. I'm not a Model B expert, but yeah, thanks for sharing, man. Yeah, Brastard saying he remembers Sarko having a whole bunch of those stars for sale a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, but then Our Guns is the last ones I know that had them, and I like Our Guns imports. I really do. Anything that I ever get from Our Guns is pretty nice. So, just taking another quick peek here. If I missed someone and didn't say hi to someone, pop back in and say hi to me real quick. I always like to, say hi to everybody. I've been I think I've caught most of you guys' comments. If I didn't, it wasn't intentional. Trust me. I mean, poor conservative. I blew him off on purpose because he's talking about 300 blackout. And I mean, who the heck in their right mind? Whatever own a 300 blackout or, I mean, 300 blackout's completely garbage, and I think anyone that were to own it or use it as one of their go-to guns would probably be an idiot. So, yeah, poor conservative. I'm gonna have to blow you off, my man, because I just don't like this. I don't even like this cartridge. Okay. What do you mean I didn't even say hi on IG? I don't even know your IG. Mateo was my only IG follower when we started this off. All right, Seth, good night, man. I'm logging off here in 1 second anyways. Yeah, Johnny Powell, that purple blue is a classic Russian reefer. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have that on a number of different guns. I have P38 Russian capture, same thing. You're 100% correct on that. The problem is, yeah, like Treyar said, here's the thing. I like both, so I'll just do dual wield. 300 blackout, shoot the little bit longer range shots with my right hand, have the AK in my left hand, and just roll. Because, all right, I'm going to piss everyone off on the way out, okay? On the way out of here. There's not much difference in the two. If you're probably for sure inside of 100 yards, even probably out to a couple 100 yards. So there's really not a whole lot of difference. And now I just pissed off everybody. We had such a good night together. I got attacked by wild animals, everything. I made it through. And then I just had to ruin everybody's night. But they're not that much different. Treyor, just the ammo price. Heck, hey, this isn't. Johnny Powell's waiting for me to pull out the FG42s. Man, I don't have room on the table for that. Are you kidding me? FG42, just one of them is both tables. And I don't have an FG42, so sorry, man. Oh, Scott Chrysler says, I'll never mention the 10. Are you saying 10 mil? Sponsored by PPU in the future, Ninja. There you go. If you guys have any pull, or you guys know the PPU rep, give me a plug. Because I'm always giving them plugs, because yeah. I don't really talk about the 10 millimeter too much because I don't have anything 10 millimeters. So there you go. I've got 99 calibers and 10 mil ain't one, right? Not that I have anything wrong with 10 millimeter. I just don't happen to have one. There's so many cartridges to keep track of, and I don't know. I've got the 10 millimeter short and weak. I do have that. But, yeah. You know, 44 Magnum. It's not the same as 10 millimeter. I'm not trying to say it is, but, a nice hot 357 Magnum. Yeah, there's a lot of cartridges, but no, I have nothing against 10 millimeter at all. You're just not going to hear me talk about it too much because I don't have any guns chambered in it, to be quite honest with you. I'm trying to see if there's any 10 millimeter guys. Dauntless Defense is here. How's it going, man? See, he's one of those sneaky ones because, like I've told you guys before, the background on this screen I'm using is black, but I caught you just in time, man. Nice to see you. 41 mag. That's another good one. 41 AE. Poor Conservative said you can borrow one of my 44s. I think 44 might just have a little bit more power than 10 mil. What do you guys think? Just a touch? But no, 10 millimeter is cool. Maybe someday. I'm just such a Milsurp junkie, though. That's the problem. I'm always looking for these old, unique Milsurps, and when you've been into them for a long time like me, it's hard, because I bought most of these guns, like, back in the day when they were way cheaper. Like, I'm not rich, guys. I could never the guns I have if I would have bought them all at present-day prices, trust me. Like, a lot of these Milsurps used to be genuinely cheap. Like, I remember buying, like, $60 Makarovs and stuff like that, and I'm going to make myself sick if I keep reminiscing in the old days, but all right, well, it's getting pretty late, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I had a really good time as always. It was fun. And just taking one last peek here to see if I missed anything, guys, but yeah, it's too late to start a caliber war, so nice try, Beretta, man, but it's too late to start a 10 millimeter war here, you evil man. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but Beretta man knows what I mean when I call him that. All right, no problem, Adrian. All right, guys, I appreciate it. I'm going to get on out of here. I actually haven't even eaten dinner yet, and it's midnight, so you guys are cool, but dinner's a little more important right now. So I will talk to you guys later. Thanks, Poor Conservative. Thanks, Dauntless Defense. Keep on learning, man. You know, I'll always answer questions. If you or anyone else has questions, I'll help you guys out. So I will talk to you guys later. And until next time, thanks for watching, and have a good one.